Hey everyone, hope you're doing well, eating well, sleeping well. Today I'm talking about Sick Boy by Ren. Released in 2023 after his 5-year battle with Lyme disease, Sick Boy is Ren Gill's second album, but rather notably, it's his first album to reach the top 10 on British charts. This album releases a lot of pent up anger and talks a lot about physical and mental health. By far the most impressive part of this album is Ren's rapping skills, bouncing from flow to flow with inflections that are creative every time. When he's not delivering brutal rap verses, he's giving a silly, lighthearted flow that kind of reminds me of NF, but just not as preachy and obnoxious. It's also worth praising the 18 self-produced beats Ren spreads across the over hour-long runtime of this album. While some could use a switch up, bridge, or just a little more texture, most of them do enough to let Ren's delivery shine. Whenever Ren isn't delivering sick and relentless bars, he's either playing in a strange, synth-edited voice or giving a deep, intimidating voice reminiscent of a playful serial killer. The latter being a bit tacky and repeated, definitely too much for my liking across the length of the album. But I think the intense melodic singing mixed in a droning synth that he repeats is really good, especially on Lost All Faith, a song that I think if it had more intensely produced choruses would be a phenomenal song. While I praise Ren's flow and delivery, I think lyrics and songwriting are something that leave a lot to be desired on this album. They are needlessly vulgar and often make little to no sense. Like when, like when he says, "Shocking like a finger in the anus." It's true that a finger in the anus would be shocking, but is that really the best metaphor to have on your album about becoming a mature person with a new outlook on life? There's also the line on Love Music Part 4, where he says, "You've got that Yeezus flow, make your penis grow." There's no flow on Yeezus, or any Kanye West album for that matter, that has made my penis grow. Thank you very much. The last lyric I'll point out is when he says, "I'm in a public park when I masturbate." Just throws that out there. Goes without saying that line is just creepy and weird, and the song doesn't try to support it with context at all. He just says it. I think a lot of songs would have benefited greatly from some sort of switch up in the beat or song structure. I mean, just the simple process of adding something unique like a bridge or a second chorus could have made a lot of these songs way more memorable. There's the nearly 7-minute long Money Game Part 3, which I think is probably one of the worst songs in the album, unfortunately. It just relies on the cheap gimmick of counting the years in someone's life throughout the entire song, and it takes way too long to deliver a rather plain message of greed and its consequences. Although one thing I do love about this album is the dark mantra played throughout it of sick boy, bitten by a tick boy. Because I think it really does a great job of making Ren kind of seem like a monster, despite him just being a normal guy that's sick with Lyme disease. Kind of my last thoughts on the album are just on the overall message of the album. I think that Ren is a bit conflicted on what he wants the message of this album to be about. In one breath of the song, he'll seem to be in a positive state of mind and have lyrics that describe being in a profound state of mind, while other songs like Love Music Part 4 have him saying that we're all gonna die, and how he's feeling so inspired. I think that if he were more clear on the message of this album, it would just have felt a lot cleaner and it wouldn't have made the hour-long runtime feel as nearly as messy as it ended up being, unfortunately. Ultimately, I think Ren makes a respectable album with brutal rap flows and catchy choruses, but kind of loses his sense of direction and doesn't seem to be sure what he wants us to take away from the record. I mean, that's about all I have to say, but thanks for watching.